Hi YouTube. How's it going? How's it going, guys? How's it going, traders? How's it going, traders? It's been a long time since I posted anything on this channel, and it's not because I don't want to post. Just because I don't really have the opportunity to do that. I've not been opportuned, or I don't really have the free time to do that, even though I wanted to. But so something happens of recent, all right? So for those that don't know, I'm actually a video editor full time. That's what I do in my day-to-day life. I'm a video editor, and what's this? Auto dubbing is not enabled on channel. The audio will translate into language. All right. So I'm a video editor full time, and that's what I do. But unfortunately, ever since I've started to learn how to trade, I've not really been giving video editing any chance. Like I've not been learning any new thing in terms of video editing, and that's kind of weird, you know. I mean, if video editing is what is paying me right now and what is feeding me, I think it's only fair for me to actually give more time to it and not just focus on something else like trading that's currently not paying me. And I'm the one paying trading at this at the moment. I'm the one giving trading money. So I thought to myself, instead of looking for that time to sit, edit video, and shoot video, why not just I create a live video for whatever it is I wanted to do and just post it that way? And I think that's going to actually be a good option. And that's why today I'll be going live to give you guys an update on my progress in terms of being as a trader and all, and where I am currently, what I'm facing, if I still have any live account or what's not. So, first of all, I don't have any live accounts anymore. I've successfully blown all of my live accounts, and I've successfully blown all of my live accounts, and what I want to say, I've totally completely lost my train of thought right now. So basically, I've blown all my live accounts, and my trading journey has not been really going well. So I thought to myself, what could be the cause of this? And I tried to take my steps to the time I was seeing a good result. And the one thing that I was able to come into conclusion with is that I single-handedly caused my own problem, because I realized that the moment I started looking for what is not lost, which is a way to better enter the trade, a way to have a good setup and all that, I was making good trades for weeks at this time. But I keep on looking for a way to better my trade, a way to do this, a way to do that. And those ways that I was looking for actually caused me to, to step off from the good parts that I was already taking, and then I entered inside bush. I started learning random stuffs. I started learning things that I thought are going to add to the strategy and make it better, but then they are taking from it slowly but surely, and I'm getting stuck in that loop of learning random things, in that loop of just experimenting with different strategies. And after months of doing that, I've run like 3 accounts in the past 4 or 5 months right now. After a month of doing that bass boost, I decided, okay, let me retrace my step to the time I was actually doing the right thing. And one major thing I was able to find is that when I was doing the right thing, the during this time, one thing was eminent. Okay, I was only focusing on two major strategies. Okay, two major strategies from different people. The first one being MSNR, and the second one being Tony Ike's market structure. The way Tony Ike's, I know you guys know Tony Ike's if you are from Nigeria. So, and the second one being Tony Ike's market structure, like the way you look for market structure, liquidity, and its POI, double break of structure, change of character, directional bias, and all that. So, I'm taking the entry part of Tony Ike's, and I'm taking the MSNR part as the directional bias for the um, Tony Ike's entry pattern. So these are the two things I combined at the time, even though I did not know them fully well. Right now, I did not know them fully well still, but it was quite different then, in the sense that the little things that I knew, I was able to use it. I was able to use it to pass a challenge and to, to see a very good result in the market. But the moment I start adding some other stuffs to it, that's where the problem begins. The moment I start dropping into the lower time frame to look for entries, to look for directional buyers, that's where I start to have problem. Okay. And that's where I just start to lose and lose and lose and lose and lose and blue account. So in today's video, I just want to take the first step into actually making that works for myself. And how do I mean by this? By taking the first step, I mean I want to start back testing again. I've been watching all these tutorials, I've been watching all these guys again. I've been seeing the things that I wasn't really paying attention to before. But at the end of the day, if I'm not back testing it, it will just be like watching a movie. At the end of the day, you can only summarize it, you won't really be involved actively. So that's what I'm gonna be doing in this stream. I'm trying to connect this stream to my phone so that so that I can be watching, I can be seeing what's going on the stream itself. Right now, I don't really know what's up. I don't know if the network is good or not. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming as such. So I'm not sure if this thing is actually. I'm not sure if it is working right now. I can't even see the video right here on my live stream on my channel. So that might be something. Am I even going live at all? Ha, God heavens. So bear with me, guys. Let me just sort it. Yes, I'm going live now. I can see the live right here. So why can I not see it right now on here? Something is wrong somewhere somehow. Yeah, I can see it. I can see the live stream. Where I can actually view the live stream right now. Let me see if I can hear anything. Yes, I can. I can see, I can hear myself, but I can't see it on my tab. Anyways, I don't want to waste any time. So let me first of all give you a breakdown of what I want to be doing. So let me be using gold right now. And what I'll be doing is just showing like a breakdown of what I want to do basically. So let me remove all drawing. Let me delete this. So the as I said before, the strategy have two major bases. The first one, let me use test. The first one is using MSNR. The first one is MSNR, and the second one is Tony Ike strategy. So basically, these two things I learned them from YouTube. Oh shit, I'm not sharing my screen just yet. Sorry about that. YouTube. All these tutorials, I learned them from YouTube. It's not something that I pay for their classes. The only classes I paid for is DAX strategy, which I'm not really comfortable with. This trading style is a good strategy. A lot of people are seeing results, but that trading style does not really fit my person because I'm always busy. So I don't have the opportunity to always sit in at the screen and be looking for that sort of opportunity to trade from different peers. So I decided to drop the strategy, and then I also subscribe for King Soaks FX on Discord. So those are the two strategies I've ever paid for. The other ones like MSNR and Tony I strategy that I was combining when I was seeing results was all learned from YouTube, from people posting all these videos talking about it and all that. So that's where I learned all this from. So if you really want to learn this strategy, something you can see online and learn for yourself. You don't really need anybody you don't need to pay anybody for this, to be honest. So um how I've not been seeing anything. Whew, so I've been seeing a lot of things since, but I've not been saying anything. For some reason, my microphone, the page I was using doesn't have a good microphone. So let me just check where it stopped talking basically. I think it stopped talking when I was doing this. When I was doing this from all the way from here to the point I figured it out. So let me go back in before this and just talk about that again. So what I was saying when I was saying it and you guys are not hearing anything is that there are two major strategies: Tony Heights and Tony Heights model or whatever, Tony Heights strategy, and MSNR. Like I can type strategy and MSNR. So these are the two major strategies that I'm combining. And where does MSNR comes in? MSNR comes in uh, when we have like a level. Let's say this is a strong level on a daily, and then we have like liquidity being generated 4 hours coming up to this level, and then I can drop to a lower time frame to eventually look for like how do I put it, for the reversal pattern in which Tony Heights use in the strategy, which is basically look for a market structure shift to the downside, a liquidity being given, and then either the breaker block or the other block. And I will take the one that is closest to the liquidity being formed, which is going to be the breaker block. So that's where I'm going to be putting in my entry. So basically, this is what I was explaining before realizing that my mic is actually not connected. So basically, I'll be looking for like a trend line liquidity, maybe on 4 hours or something, to target the next zone on the higher time frame. So that's what I was explaining. And the next thing I was talking about is that I want to do a back test, and to do that, I'll be taking a random generation of dates to back test within the range. So let's just continue with that right now. So let me choose, I think, just one date. The date should fall between, I think, 2022 and 2020. 2020 and 2022 is all right. And November and December. Wait, between this. No, 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 no. That's the mistake. 2020 to 2022. So these are basically the dates. Then I'll get dates. Okay. So right now I have 2021, 6:30. So that is June 30th. Um, June 2021. So let me play it back to June 2021. June 2021. So let me come back here. So let's play back to June 30, 2021. This should be 2021, April, May, June. Okay, so this is June. This is June. And what do I want to do here is, so one thing about MSNR is there are some things that need to be put in place for MSNR. The first one is like storyline. Storyline. We have storyline. Yeah, storyline. Then we need storyline based on weekly and daily. It's been a long time since I do this. I don't even think I remember anything again. Storyline weekly based on weekly and a daily, and then we need to understand our obstacle. Obstacle is like where pullback can happen. So when we have our storyline is going to help us know where the direction in which the market is going, and then obstacle is what's on the way that can eventually push the market back, and then obstacle. Let me say obstacle and POI and zones and zones or POI. Let me just use POI. So obstacles and POIs. So what we'll be using to select our POIs are basically A and V levels. So A and V levels. So this is what I'll be using in looking for my POIs, A and V levels. And there's one thing that I actually also recently realized in terms of looking for POIs on whether weekly or daily. Let's say the weekly is bullish and the daily is bearish. I can keep on taking the daily to the weekly with the expectation that the daily should now align with the weekly, because majority of the time is the weekly zones that usually have that, because I'm a day trader. I don't like I don't hold trades for weeks, so I'm still at the end of the day be following that daily zones. So let's say weekly is bullish, and then we have a weekly A levels right here, and then daily, however, is bearish. So the purpose of this daily bearish is expected to be that to mitigate this weekly level for market to now continue, and then we expect daily to go bullish. So one thing I want to be doing right now is that right here I will not be using this weekly to just place a buy until after the daily has given me um, a bullish storyline. And so once I have the daily bullish storyline, then I can now use that daily bullish storyline to start looking for entries again, to start looking for entries. So that's basically something that I recently figured out. And so the first thing I'll be looking at, I'll be looking for based on what I have here, is gonna be a storyline. So let's see. Is there anybody watching right now? Don't even know. Not sure. I think there is one person. Okay, there are two people watching. There are two people watching right now. So if you have anything to say, if you have any question, drop it in the comment section. If you'd like me to talk about anything, and if you are seeing me for the first time, kindly like and subscribe to the channel. So yeah, so now I just want to find a storyline. And so the way to find a storyline, according to the knowledge I have so far, because I know for sure that I think my knowledge is quite still not really in depth yet, because I've been learning different things that doesn't have to do with this, and that has in a way affected my what I know. Okay, so so to find the storyline, this is it. Let me first of all annotate that. So to find the storyline, let's say this is a weekly level, and then weekly come into this level and then reject it. So on daily, what I want to see is daily giving me a breakout to the downside. Then that's going to tell me that weekly is now in a bearish storyline. I'm not sure if I explained that very well, but let me just show you in the chart. So this is June 7. So let's just start from me. So to check my weekly storyline here, I'll mark this weekly A level. A buy and a sell candle is a level. If I go to the line chart, you can see that's an A level. So a buy and a sell candle will give me an A level, and then this is the current week we are, and then I want to see where does it also reject from. I can see there is this gap right here, or open close, that the weekly rejects from. So I want to see on a daily where does it break out to. Okay, and right now I can see this week does not break out anywhere. It's rejected here, it doesn't break anything. It rejected here, it doesn't break anything. So this week does not start any storyline. So then I can check this last week now. I'll see where does it reject from, if there is anything on this leg. And I can't really see I can't really see anything right here, so there's nothing to mark here. But on this leg, I can also see that the weekly eventually rejects the weekly rejected this gap right here. So I'm going to put my line right here and go to the daily again to see. So the weekly rejected this weekly, but it does not break out. For it to break out, this has to go, okay? So this previous week also does not start a storyline. Then I need to go back to like the previous week, this one again, okay? So I need to go back to this one again and see if this rejected anything. Yes, it rejected this, but I'm assuming the weekly is actually bullish. The weekly is actually bullish. Yes, sir. So I'll assume the weekly is actually bullish based on based on what we have been having for the past few days. So um now this is the beginning of the week. Okay, weekly rejected weekly right here. This is the beginning of the week. So the beginning of the week, I think the weekly is actually choke bullish somewhere here, or we can also take this. So weekly is bullish based on this. But I think this is not really clear. But I can really tell that weekly is bullish. Okay. So if weekly is bullish and all these weekly levels has been mitigated, this one 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 has been tapped into, this one has not been yet tapped into. So we still have this weekly fresh level. We have all these weekly fresh level, and it's also strong. It has pushed the price down before, and also there is another weekly level right here. All these weekly has rejected price, like market has used it before. It doesn't mean it won't use, it can't use it again, but it's best, especially on weekly, it's best to stick to like fresh zone according to what I know so far. So now, knowing that my weekly is bullish, so let me take a note. Let me take a new note. Weekly is bullish. I'm just going to be backtesting like a week or two because I don't want this stream to be too long. Okay, to be too long, just to test what's going on, the knowledge so far. So let's go to daily. Find daily storyline also. So it's the same process, but in this case, when you find where daily reject, you drop down to 4 hours to look for daily to look for a breakout. Okay, so right now, okay, there's one thing I need to do also, because as you can see, weekly is actually rejecting this week, and I need to know where does daily have to break for this week to choke bearish. So this level, if weekly should break this level, then daily has gone bearish at this point. So I can put it that weekly goes bearish right here. So if this goes, I know weekly has gone bearish. Okay, so but right now weekly is still bullish. It's still bullish. So let's see what is daily showing us. So this is the last Friday of the week. So this is the last Friday of this week, and that will be the last day. Then we want to see where is it rejecting from. The daily reject this daily, and this daily also rejected this daily. So we have to these two rejection on the daily, and then I can put this my line right here, then drop into 4 hours to see where the breakout is, and we can see that this actually give us a breakout right here. So daily is bearish. Okay, so daily is bearish. All right, so now knowing that daily is bearish and weekly is still bullish, okay, but unfortunately weekly we have to choke bearish to even tap into any of this. All right, so but knowing that daily is bearish, and as I said in the beginning of the video, that the daily is actually what I will most likely follow. Whatever the daily is doing is what I'll be paying a closer attention to, and not just what the weekly is doing. Yes, the weekly is bullish, and if I want to mark all the weekly levels to see where could daily take from, these are the closest ones aside from this that has been tapped into, this gap that has been tapped into, and also with itself, this gap can eventually be the reason why markets continue back to the upside. So let's see. Now that I know that daily is bearish, I need to also find close daily levels. Okay, Where are my closed daily levels? I have a daily A level that got broken right here, got broken, got rejected. So this is the daily A level right here. That's the closest to the current price, market price action. And then after this, I have this other A level, and after this, I have this gap. I have this one. I will prefer this or this or this. Let's say this. Okay. So now I can refine all of these. There are actually two zones here. There are two A and V level right here. So I can refine all of this to either 4 hours or 1 hour, basically. So there's nothing on this 4 hours for this. This one can be refined to like this 4 hours. There's nothing I can refine that's close by here. So let me check 1 hour. So for this, there's actually there's a 1 hour level that I can refine this to. Okay, but then since they are just too close by, and it's not like I'm trading directly from there, all I need is the zone. So this is the level, this is the zone in which my POI of point of interest is. And for this one also, this is the zone in which my point of interest is. Basically, when market get into these zones, I want to see what the market will do on lower time frame using Tony I's pattern of entry. Okay, so I can also mark this range. I think there is 1 hour right here. So I can also mark this range out. Okay, I can also mark this one out. So now by Monday, what I'll be expecting is that when market gets into here, I want to see a pattern to sell. But there's one other concept that I need to pay attention to, and that's the liquidity concept. Okay, so why should the market sell into this level? Because right now there doesn't seem to be like any liquidity on this level. There is this break and retest. I think there is this break and retest. Okay, there is like this change of character, market structure shifts happening right here. Liquidity, whatever. I don't know. This is not actually clean. So with this, I can't really see any trend line liquidity for this sell from 4 hours, right? I can't see any trend line liquidity. Markets was ranging, like market has been bullish, okay? And so if I'm selling, I need to be wary that where could I be selling into in the second day? Like, so that's one other thing that I don't usually pay attention to, like where do I target? Majority of us, and I believe this is not only me, majority of people just want to enter trade without really knowing how do I place my stop loss or where do I exit this trade. And that's one thing I've struggled with a lot. And also the urgency, having that urgency of always wanting to be in a trade. So that's one thing I've been also been trying to work on right now, to always make sure there's liquidity along whatever side I want to be trading, unless the market is trending, and then I can be using double break or structure for entry. So let's go back to this screen. So right now, let me just play back to, let me see what's going to happen. Right now, there is no liquidity. The only liquidity we are having is maybe this liquidity right here. Okay, so unless I'm seeing a buy to clear this, there are nothing on here for sales to come and clear. Okay, even though there are a lot of liquidity right here, but to what end? To what end? Weekly is bullish, daily is bearish. Okay, weekly is bullish, daily is bearish. So with that knowledge, let me play forward. Okay, so I'm going to go to 15 minutes and I'll pay attention to every next 4 hours. So because the next 4 hours is going to be because okay, you know what, I don't trade in the middle of the night, and so this is like 18, 22, 2, and this is like the second day. So I'm just going to play forward 1. So you can see market drops right into this weekly level right here without coming into this, and then it breaks it. Okay, it continued to sell. So it continued to sell. It doesn't come here. Daily is still bearish, weekly is still bullish. So this weekly level does not hold the markets. And now, okay, I think the day has to close before I can decide whether the weekly has gone bearish. So now daily is bearish, weekly is still bullish. This weekly level is not holding. Then I can go to, there's nothing I want to do right now than I can now continue to take 4 hours. So this is where obstacle comes in. Okay, for daily storyline, okay, 4 hours is for obstacle and for entry. How do I mean? If you are looking for like a daily, let's say for instance, the daily actually come back here. Okay, when we sell here, we have to be paying attention to the 4 hours levels that are here, because those 4 hours level could eventually push the price up back. So that makes them the obstacle for the daily selling. Okay, so that's basically it. So right now, because the daily is still bearish and we have a break of this 4 hours level right here, I can use a continuation to, if I see a liquidity on a lower time frame or whatnot, I can take this level and use it to sell, to continue the sell into this lower weekly level. So let's see what's gonna happen. Let me refine this. Let me refine this to like 1 hour. There is 1 hour level right here. So I'm going to mark this range. I'm going to mark this range and let's go to let's lose 15 minutes and see what's going to happen. When with the next 4 hours, that will be 10. So this is one. The next one will be by 10. So I need to pay attention to it. So let's see what's going to happen. But unfortunately, one thing that I'm noticing here is that liquidity are being formed on this way, but not this way. So actually looking for sell might not be the best option. But let's just wait and see what's going to happen though. Let's see what's going to happen if 4 hours eventually get into there before that 4 hours candle close. So the 4 hours is not getting to it there, and the 4 hours candle eventually close. Let me play this back. Okay, so the 4 hours did not come into this level and then it continue to sell. There's one thing I think I'm missing, and that is the continuation entry. Okay, so we are expecting this to come here, but market is not coming here. But there's one way in which Tuniac uses continuation. This is one of the reasons why it's actually very important to backtest, because right now in the live market, that's how I'll forget about it as well. He said if market is trending in one direction, if you see something like this happening, that this candle or this leg broke this eye, and broke this eye, basically having a double breaker structure, we can use it to take a continuation trade, in the sense that if you have a liquidity now, we can come and use it as continuation. So let's see if I'm able to use that in this sense, or if there's anything in this sense that work that way. So let's say is this a double breaker structure? No, because this side doesn't break this low to begin with. So okay, I think this is a double breaker structure right here. There is a double breaker structure right here. If I'm using the wick or the body, for the body, that would have been, yeah, that would have been this, but let me just use it the way the guy used it. So there will be a double breaker structure right here, if I'm getting it right, because there is a break of this level and there's a break of this level. So after the break of this level, this will be the liquidity. This will be the liquidity that was created right before, right after it, and this will be the other block that is closest to the level. So let's see if market will ever come back into this level. But as a reminder, now we are in another what? We are in another, oh shit, I'm not supposed to go to the daily. We are in another weekly level now. Okay, so at this weekly level, let's go to 15 minutes and see if 15 minutes is gonna give us a reversal pattern. So which means I can't even use this, because now we are in a weekly level. Okay, so there is this happening right here. Okay, there is this happening right here. So this is where shit actually get crazy. All right, so there's a breakout. This level is actually holding right now, but I can't take it. It doesn't make sense to take it. I'm expecting this to actually give a liquidity or whatnot, but instead of giving a liquidity, it swept it. So which means this 4 hours level, this weekly level is not holding as well. So I've forgotten to put it back to the next 4 hours level. All right. So this weekly level also did not hold, but you can see that if not for the fact that there are no liquidity on this leg to take to target, and if I'm entering here, I'll most likely be targeting here, this would have been a very nice trade. All right, double break of structure, the break, the liquidity, and the breaker block that is closer to the price, and this actually gives this entry. Wow, this is nice. How long have I been streaming for? 39 minutes. All right, so that weekly level also did not give us anything we want. Anything we want. Our market is still selling. Let's see if we can still continue. Let's see when is the next hour is going to come in. Coming by 2. Okay, so let's continue. We can't do anything, and now this happens. Where does this buy, this push happen from? Okay, where does this big push happen from? This push happens from a weekly level. This is a weekly zone. Okay, so the rejection from this weekly level alone pushed the price to this point. All right, the day has not ended yet. This is just like 3. This is 2:45. So what do we have? We have a market structure shift happening right here. Okay, this high to this low, or we can say maybe this. We have a market structure shift happening right here, and also we have a double break of structure happening, because we break this with this one candle. So this is something that this is now where I am still trying to really figure out what really works, or how this strategy itself really works, because right now, to be honest, I don't know which one to use, in the sense that should I, or was I supposed to be waiting for this place or this place? But looking at this, where is the closest to the liquidity? We have this level and we have this level. Okay, so right now, if I just want to blindly place the trade based on Tony Ike's pattern of entry, this is what I'll be doing. Okay, and I'll be expecting market to come back into this, and then in this sense, let's say this trade give me whatever. This is the place I'll be targeting, because why? There is this liquidity. There's this liquidity pool on this end. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen. I think this is also part of it, because there's also a breaker block here, and lastly there's this other block that starts the entire move. So let's see what's gonna happen. What's the time? So the day has actually come to an end at this point. The day has come to an end. Let me go back to this. So now, if I go back to the weekly, I can see that the daily has eventually closed below here. Okay, so now the weekly is also bearish. So the daily is bearish, and the bullish is also bearish. So now something has happened, right? Because the daily, yes, the daily was bearish coming in, but now the daily has rejected a particular daily. We can come here, you see that we daily rejected, let's say daily rejected this. I can also take like this. Daily also rejected this level. Nope. Daily also rejected this level. So now with this known, I can take this on this daily and then go to 4 hours to see if daily choke bullish. No. So for daily to choke bullish, these 4 hours I will have to go. Okay, so there's nothing right here. And then let's see if daily is still bearish and weekly is bearish. Let me clean all of this. So the entry I took based on Tony Ike entry is still there. Okay, so now daily is bearish, weekly is bearish. What do I do? Let me find my daily entry, daily POIs. Okay, so looking at the closest closest zones, I have this level right here. I have these A levels. I don't like using gaps, to be honest, and also this is not current price action. So I have this A level on a daily. I have this gap right here, all on a daily. Okay, and all this. Let me just stick to these two. Then let me refine all these two to like 4 hours. So this can be refined to like this 4 hours, and this also can be refined to this 4 hours because it's range. It's not like I'm trading directly from these levels themselves. So this is this, and this is this. Okay, so this is the places I'll be looking for based on daily. And now let's see what 4 hours is going to do to the, because now we are in the middle of the night. Let me go back to 6. Play forward 1 and 2. Okay, so now this is what the market is doing currently. We have this, I think I've already, this one has already been used. Okay, so we have this level and we have this level that I'm expecting that market could come to, because daily is bearish for sell. Okay, daily is bearish for sell, and then daily is leaving like this Asia. I think this is the Asia. Yes, this eye right below this, which is also nice. So let's see how we can now continue taking this trade. Let's even see that entry from yesterday. As you can see, it doesn't even get here. Yes, it did. Okay, this is it. This is it, but it failed, because if I'm entering with this breaker, this is where I'll be using. Okay, this is where I'll be using. So it will have tapped it out, but it's eventually actually pushed from the zones, which means that's actually right. So now, based on MSNR, both daily and weekly are bearish, and which means I'm supposed to be looking for sales. But unfortunately, what I'm seeing now is that there are a lot of liquidity right here. So let's see what's gonna happen. Let me mark all my 4 hours, because 4 hours are really important for intraday trade. So let's see. After that 8, there's this 2, and after these 2, there should be the last one. Okay, so now let's see what's gonna happen when markets eventually get into this, and also paying attention to what happens in the next 4 hours. So the 1 4 hours candle will be closing by this time. Let's see, do you have any double breaker? Do you have anything like that? Nope. So let's see. So this 4 hours has closed. I think another 4 hours open right here. Let me play back to this specific place. So I'm waiting for what will happen when markets get here. Okay. So let's see, this tab. Is there any double break of structure right here? No. Yeah. Wait, oh. Let's see. Let's see. Is there anything here? Okay, there's the break of this eye. No, there's actually nothing here. I won't say there's anything here. So let's see what's happening on 4 hours. Okay. So now 4 hours has given us A level, and if you recall, on a daily bearish storyline, 4 hours will be the obstacle. So this 4 hours A level could eventually be what it needs to push the price. It could fail, it could push the price, who knows? So far, if I'm sticking to the rules full time, I might not have been taking any trade. So far, I might not have been taking any trade, which, oh, this 4 hours has not closed, it just opened. I may not be taking any trade for now, because why? Because this because I've not really seen any trade that I should have taken aside from the double breakout structure that I made. I've not been able to see any opportunity to take a trade, and also, okay, unfortunately, yeah, I would have taken this, but would have hit stop loss because of this week. So let's see what's gonna happen right here. I think the 4 hours has not. What time is this? So this is 10. So that should be like 1 by this time. So it should be like 1. Yeah, so this is not correct. That should be like 1, the time that will close. So let's see. Let's see. Mm, 11:30. So I'm not gonna be doing anything as at this point. I don't really have any. So now at this point I can go back to like the 4 hours. Then I should still have this, and if I go to 1 hour now, so now I can refine it to this 1 hour. I can refine it to this 1 hour. And so when market eventually gets here on 15 minutes, I want to see, do we have any reasonable thing that can make me want to take trade here? What direction is the market to begin with? Internal structure break. Not sure. Let's see. There is a change of character right here. There was no liquidity being given. So let's see what's going to happen. There's still nothing here. So let's assume that I'm trading like, let me say now the way they do trade it. At this point, I would have hit stop loss because I would just be placing my entry right here. So, but because I'm waiting for certain things to happen to buy this trade into this level or this level to now start looking for sell. So right now, I've not seen anything to like clear enough to want to buy this trade from. You can see all these weekly price action. That's actually not a good environment to want to trade from. And eventually the market sell is sold to the downside. All right, the market sold to the downside, which means the market might not be coming into the zone that I have marked. And let's see, okay, another 4 hours has actually closed. Let's go and check that out. Okay, so this is what happened. The market is not making it into this level, but instead rejecting from this 4 hours level. So it never did get into this level that I marked. So these are the things that if this is a live market, trust me, the way your mind will be working right now, it will most likely be fucked up. It will most likely be fucked up. So no entry so far. But let's say I wanted to use this, then let's see what happened here. Can we really say there is a change of character right here, liquidity and this other block? Well, what's the time? This is 15, and so daily is bearish, weekly is bearish, and market is selling. Okay, market is selling. There is nothing we want to do right now unless we wait for the next 4 hours to give us something to do. So there's nothing we want to do. Where's the next 4 hours? We have now the next 4 hours, we have this A level that got broken, and then we have this B level that got broken, and then we have this A level. Those are the next 4 hours, but the day has actually come to an end. So let me play to like this time. Let me play it to like 20. So yeah, before the day comes to a close, then I'm going to check the storyline all again. There are 5 people watching right now. You guys should say something. No? Say something. Drop a comment in the comment section below. I would like to hear from you. So, the day ended, but I honestly think if I'm being aggressive and I'm not paying close attention to the fact that maybe markets might not come yet, 4 hours A level has been given, it's rejected once, twice, then 3 times. Then if I'm looking at it that way, okay, I think this is the origin of it. So if I'm looking at it that way, after the break of this level, there is a change of character that happens right here. If I go to this line chart, you can see that there is a change of character that happens. First one that happens at this point, and after this happens, there is this liquidity right on this 4 hours line itself. So there is this liquidity, and after this liquidity, where is the closest level? I mean, we have this. That would have been the breaker block, but then it's all got width again, and that would have been the other block. And this also, I think this also got width. This also got width. Yeah, but of course, that's where the market is selling from. Okay. So let's go back again. The daily is what? The daily is still bearish. Then do we reject anywhere again? We want to check. Yeah, there are a lot of rejection that's happening right here. Let me take the lowest one. So let's take the lowest one. Let me clear all of these notes. They are not of use to me for now. Wait, there's something funny, all right? There's something funny happening right now, because this is actually buying from this level right here, which is like the first change of character that the market rejected from the weekly right here. From the weekly right here, that was the level in which the market is actually now buying from. That's very no. So I think, well, let's see if this is going to eventually push the price up or not. But let me see if daily goes bullish or not. So for daily to go bullish, because daily rejected, where does daily reject daily again? Let me clear all of this thing first. Oh, sorry. That's not what I wanted to clear. I want to clear these 4 hours lines. So for daily to go bullish, this 4 hours A level has to go, because I think daily is rejecting daily right somewhere here, and then this will be the 4 hours on the way that needs to break. Okay, that would have been the something that needs to break, because there's nothing on this leg and this happens in, so this will be what I need to break for daily to go bullish. Okay, so now let's see what's going to happen the second day. So right now, before this, daily is still pretty much bearish, so this level is still valid. We have the previous day high, being formed right here, and then we have this daily gap right here can also be used. And let me refine it to 4 hours. Let me clear this to 4 hours, and let me see if I can refine it further to 1 hour. How many hours have I been? Almost an hour. So I think after this day, I'm actually going to be stopping the stream, because it's taking too much time. It's taking too much time right now. So let's see what's gonna happen. So I have this level that I'm either looking for, and I also have this level which I have liquidity above it. So then I'm going to play forward for the following day. Okay, we also have this, but let's see. We also have this 4 hours, 11, 1, and then 2. So this doesn't make it here also, and it is something. There's also a liquidity being left right below it. So let's see what's gonna happen. What's happening on 15 minutes? Do you have any double break or structure happening? Do you have any double break structure? Yes, I think we do. I think we do have a double break or structure happening right here, because we broke this high and we broke this high, and then there is this liquidity being generated. So this has it tapped into this? No, it does not tap into the body of this, and we also have this level. So let's see what's gonna happen. I'm still expecting market to come here. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen. So this is buying from, does it make it to the 4 hours? Nope. It's also buying from here, which is also weak. This failed, but why? Because this is according to this guy, this is the closest level. This is the closest liquidity to the POI, or maybe I'm doing something wrong. Because is there any break? No, there is no break here. Okay, yeah, there are no breaks here. This is the first one before this one happened. Okay, so it's said to use the first one. So there must be something that I'm still not getting right. There must be something that I'm still not getting right, and that's what's happening right now. That's what's happening right now. So let me just wait for to see what market is doing. Wait. Daily, okay, the market has actually come back into these 4 hours. Okay, another 4 hours has been created right here, which market also used to reject. Daily is as if ended. I'm so tired right now, guys. Like I'm so stressed out right now. And I think I'm not even thinking straight. So the daily give another one here and the market coming into here. What happened? No, there's nothing. There's nothing there. Let me just wait. Let me wait for the second day or so. Let's see what happened. I think this day has ended in some ways. This is 10. This is 2. 2 still give us another A level. And then it breaks everything to the downside. Again, market did not make it into this VOI, and it was just using all this A level right here and pushing down. And I'll push it down. And then okay, now this is something that I'm not paying attention to. Let me show you guys this, and after that I think I'll be going off. 4 hours, even though this has been giving us, it's also bearish, like daily and weekly has go bearish. 4 hours has also been giving us this. Okay, we are having this, and after this we have all of these levels in which market can push back to. So it's almost the same thing. Like now there is liquidity being generated on this end now, which means this weekly and daily going bearish is actually accurate with what the market is actually giving out. And the problem right now is I'm not getting the entry right. Like I'm not getting the zones in which to use for entry right. Okay, so this one doesn't really make it to the daily, and also the 4 hours. The 4 hours is not reaching here also, but yeah, I think this day also ended. So let's see. Let me do one last day. I've already crossed an hour of streaming right now, so let me just do one last day. Oh my god. Let me do one last day. This is June. We are still in June, no trades just yet. Let me do one last day. So now this day closed below this. This day closed below this, and does the day reject any daily? You can see the daily rejected this daily. Okay, daily rejected this daily, and there's nothing on 4 hours. So market is practically very bearish. So let's see this. There's a break, liquidity. I think market could be coming into this breaker block right here. Well, let's see. Let's see. So this is daily refined into this 4 hours. I can further refine it into 1 hour. So there's nothing on 1 hour to refine to. So this is a daily to 4 hours. Okay, this is daily to 4 hours. Is there any other daily close by? There's also this daily gap right here. And let's see. There's nothing on 4 hours. And let's see 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour give us this gap also here. So we can refine this way. You can actually hear the exhaustion from my voice. So we have this break and this. So now what am I expecting? I'm expecting that the following day, okay, because daily is bearish, the following day we get into this to target maybe this daily level down right here. The liquidity has been swept. A lot of liquidity has been swept. Okay, a lot of liquidity has been swept. I still have a lot to learn though. But let's see. 1 failed, and then 2 continue to the upside. All right. So now this level failed, which means we can't even use it anymore. It has already failed, and this will be the one we'll be looking into. So this will be the Asia high, and let's go. After this, we have 6, 4 hours, we have 10, and we have 14. So these are the next 4 hours. So we have these 4 hours levels. This gap also can be used, and this also can be used. So this is still the level that we have based on daily to sell from. So let's see what's going to happen. There's no 1 hour refinement right here. So what I'm going to be waiting for is, let's see what 15 minutes is doing. Let's see what 15 minutes is doing at this point. So 15 minutes, give a breakout, give another breakout. So there's nothing right here right now. I'm just going to wait, tap into that 4 hours, and we'll start to sell. That one doesn't hold the market. And this also tap into the market, and it continue to sell, still continue to sell. So let's see what 4 hours is doing now. So it doesn't make it into this. Am I sure that I'm marking all these daily levels correct? Because it's been missing them by a thread, and I don't want to like have to be coming into these places because it could actually confuse me in a way. Because you have daily here. If I'm looking like, okay, let me see. Let's say if I want to take like all the close levels, we have a daily here, 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 and this daily is actually a very strong daily. It rejected 2 times. There's also a daily here. This is the one daily it used. This is the one daily it used. But you see, it's far, 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 far away. It's like too far away. So I don't like using those far away levels, but for whatever reason, it seems those are the places the market wants to be rejecting from. But I'm just saying, I'm just checking if I actually mark this zone, would I have been able to take any trade? So now market taps into it. What are we going to be looking for? A change of character. This I take this. So let's say this is even the change of character that happens here. This would have been the liquidity that we have here, and this will be like the A level. The market will not even come back into it. And if you are using this, we have this. Okay, I think this is actually the breakout structure we used. Now it's making more sense. There's a break. There is that liquidity after the break, and is there any zone above? There is no zone above the liquidity. Okay, unfortunately there were no zones after the liquidity, but this weight, yeah, there were no zones, there were no engulfing fill, and if you want to use it, this is what we'll be using. So eventually it will still be mixed. So let's see what 4 hours is doing. So 4 hours now, we have this breakout on 4 hours still. There is no way to refine it on the 1 hour. So let's do this, and let's see what's gonna happen. I think this day too might end without seeing any trade. Now we are coming into another daily level. Oh my god. Okay, it can also be said as a double break. You break this, and we broke this. Okay. What time is this? Let's go back to 4 hours. There, another 4 hours could have closed. So now for like the past how many days? We started this week. So from Monday to Thursday, there have not been any clean setup from the way I've been analyzing the market, which might be because of the way I am doing it. I think we started somewhere around this place, okay, around this place, up to this side now. Imagine missing out on all of this because of one mistake or one way of marking that I'm doing. There are A levels here, A levels here, but imagine missing out on all of this. Okay, so it seems very obvious that there are things that I need to, there are ways, I mean, there are things that I need to still learn. Okay, there are certain things I need to still learn, which is quite all right. And also, one other thing I'm not paying into consideration is looking at this. Before this start to happen, we have this, and then I think there are change of characters happening right here, liquidity and all. So we can really say 4 hours is bearish on this end. Yeah, bearish, 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 bearish. Up. So 4 hours is actually bearish return. True. Let's see. There's this breakout. All right, let's just see. Let's see how the day ended, and because I'm really tired right now. Don't think I'll be doing any. So the day ended and no trade. The day ended and no trade. With no trade actually. The day ended with no trade. It comes into this as at this time. The liquidity being formed. Let's see if there is break of structure that's gonna happen. Nope. Because if break of structure should be happening right here, I think it should be here. Pushed up, yes, sir. So market was actually buying. So there will be something pushing market back from here right now. And yeah, so that was a week, and I wasn't able to actually see anything in the market for this 1 week of back testing, which most likely going to be as a result of something that I'm doing wrong. Because if I check it on the other way around, there should be like some opportunity in which I could have taken. Okay, so, for instance, let's say I could see that maybe there's a weekly level or there's a 4 hours level or something from like this place. Let's say maybe there's a 4 hours A level right here. The market has used to push the upside in the past, which can actually be something on a weekly or what's not. As you can see, there's a weekly gap right here. So there are a lot of things happening here. The week, see, this week was just dropping, and unfortunately, I was not able to do anything with it. And yes, if you mark this, liquidity has come, it came to sweep the liquidity. Is there a break of structure? I think there's a break of structure. Let me just check what I wanted to see. Let me just check this because the market eventually still goes down more. So let's say I see this weekly level right here, and I'm expecting a break of structure to the upside. So the break of structure happens right here. If a break of structure happen right here, and the liquidity happen right here, then there will be losses being taken here, and then there will be losses being taken here also. Okay, maybe this will not hit SL, but after that, there's also another break to the upside. There's also liquidity being formed, and there will be this also. There is a double break of structure right here. There is a liquidity right here, and nothing happens. So yeah, I'm going to be stopping here right now. Let me take a mental note. Friday, so the first week Friday, June 21 Friday, there were no reasonable zones that no they were that is clean. I know daily and weekly is bearish, and even knowing that is not enough for me to be able to actually execute trade. Yes, I know they were bearish, but was it enough for me to be able to execute trade? No. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do. Well, that will be some other time because I'm really tired right now. So that will be it for today's stream. And in the coming days, since I don't have to be editing anything, I don't have to be shooting and setting up anything, just come and stream and backtest. I'll be doing this more often now. I'll be backtesting and doing this more often. And so that will be for this video, and I will be seeing you guys in the next stream, which might be tomorrow or not. I don't know. I'm not sure, but just stay tuned because I'll make sure to come back after I've went out there to learn a little bit more about the strategy itself and refine my brain and see what I'm doing wrong and how can I really make this thing work because we die here.